I'm so glad I had my grandmother, because I don't think I would be the type of woman that I am today if I didn't have like that feminine figure that I really needed at that time. And also knowing that those things were already set up on my behalf. I had no idea it was the way it was until I got older. So it was like I was preserved until I was old enough and mature enough to really handle the intensity of the reality of the truth, right? So, you know, I get into my 20s. I've already moved out. Hey, Aisha. Hey, Aisha. I've been on here for about 20 minutes. So I just kind of gave a backstory on my mother, my parents, my whole dynamic with that to kind of segue into what I'm getting ready. Everyone, I can only speak for the experiences that I have experienced by dealing with people firsthand. But my former best friend, she was kind of going through, I think, this mode where she had been with him for a while. They were together, since 20. Well, actually, before then, they broke up and got back together. And, you change. Like, you're not the same person that you were at 20, 21, 22, 23, that you are 30, 31, 32, 33. You're just not. And, I actually got like this backdoor um, front seat to their marriage that I didn't ask for, you know. But she had like a boundary thing. Like she always tried to add me into like their relationship conversations and stuff. I'm like, I don't rock. I don't operate like y'all. So this stuff is kind of silly, you know. But it was different. And then when they moved into, if they bought a house, and I was able to move in with them to continue living with them, 3 weeks after Orion was born is when they moved. So that's when things really started showing themselves, because I was very postpartum. I was still healing from going through what I went through, and I just wanted to be left alone. And my friend couldn't understand that, because for whatever reason she didn't have that experience. And then I went through this whole thing where my friend was being very controlling. So I was seeing this other part of, I was seeing the toxic femininity that people talk about. That's some real shit. I was experiencing that. And I was like, I don't remember this from 10 years ago. What's going on? It was very, very subtle. Like both of us were now mothers. She was still married. I was single. But it was almost like I was like kind of locked in. Like I couldn't do what I wanted to do all the time. And, I could, but I couldn't. It was really, really odd. I really couldn't have my privacy. Like I actually asked, I was like, hey, whatever house y'all get, I need space. Like I need to just be. I don't want to hear kids. I just want to be with my kid. Um, and I needed that space. I needed that time. I needed that clarity to get clear on how do I want to show up as a mother? Because now I'm a single mother, and there's some extra things that I have to do that I really don't want to fucking do. But in order to get us to the next stage of life, of the lifestyle that I have wanted with them for with my children for so long, I gotta do some shit. I gotta make some things work. But in that space, oh my gosh, y'all, I created so much being pregnant with Orion. With Orion Butter, Orion. I call him by his actual name now. I think his nickname is kind of fading away now. He's getting older. But I created so much, y'all. A lot of the resources, the ebooks, the playlists, the this, the that. I created it in that space because I realized that I can go through this experience and just be miserable. I can, turn against the feminine and become super masculine. I can do all of these things, but I'm going to continue to transmute and transform and alchemize and start and just keep creating. Let it pour out of me, because that's the best way that I can show up for myself and for my future self and for the people that I'm going to help, because that's just part of my path. So it was very interesting. It's like from right before, like pre-baby to baby to post Orion baby. It was like I got firsthand experiences of what I didn't want as my feminine family lifestyle, and how I wanted to show up in my home and how I wanted my. Can we talk about the health real quick? And I know this is going to have to go into the next part too, but I wanted I wanted to look good. I wanted to feel good. I was getting real tired of people, women like, oh, well, being a mother's going to do this to you. And, you're always going to be expected to do that. And, it was almost like, okay, so I can't enjoy being a woman. I'm supposed to like dread everything, like what's going on? I kind of like some of this, so it was a lot